I've always loved techno music. I've always loved specifically and especially the trance part of the techno scene. But I always loved it, all of it, the whole techno bit, right? The rave scene, the techno, trance. Trance is my favorite because trance tends to be more, not, the word is not calm, but more chill, let's say. And I've always been listening to it. It's just lately I've been listening to it more. And I remember in grade 11, in grade 12, when I was grade 10 even, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, first year university, those 4 years. So between ages, what, like 15 to 19 or 16 to 19, something. The only thing I listened to at the time, the only thing, was trance and techno. Didn't listen to anything else, nothing else, just that, like nothing else. That was the only thing. If you know, if I, well, what did I have at the time? MP3 player, right? I had a CD player first and then MP3 player. If you go through my MP3 player, it was just all trance, all techno music, electronic dance music. That's it. And I used to have this ritual. I loved it so much. Where at night, after the day's done, and everybody's asleep in my house, I'd take, this was in grade 11, grade 12, and then first year university I moved to an apartment, so I was just doing that whenever I wanted. But in my basement, I lived in a basement in grade 11, grade 12, and I was with my parents. I lived in a basement. So after everybody's asleep, my brother too, right? And have like a little joint, and I'd go into the bathroom, right? The bathroom in the basement. It had a really fucking good system. What do you call it? Air ventilation system or whatever, right? Like it would just quickly clear out any smell within 15 minutes, right? So I'd smoke the joint in there, take a few puffs, right? Right? Take a few puffs. And stay in the bathroom for 15-20 minutes. I gotta make sure the smell is gone. I gotta make sure it's cleared up, right? Because I mean, man, if my parents find out at the time, like, I'm smoking weed, not just I'm smoking weed, but I'm smoking weed in the fucking house, I would have been toast, man. I would have been done. I would have been fucking done. So I do that, wait for the smell of weed to go away, right? And again, the system in my bathroom, in that bathroom in the basement, was unbelievable. Then I'd get out as I'm smoking, actually, and after smoking weed, finishing smoking weed, the whole time I'd be listening to trance music. And then I'd get out of the bathroom and I'd just close my eyes and just listen to trance for like an hour and a half until the high is gone, basically. Just sit there, close my eyes, and listen to trance. My God, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It was my, I didn't like my youth, my teenage years. I really didn't. I don't even like to talk about them much because I don't get good feelings from it. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like the person that I am. I didn't like my ego structure at the time. I had low self-esteem. I had shyness issues. I had too much to prove and too much trauma that was processing in my from childhood, from so many things, and just a lot of negativity. Basically, I was a conduit for a lot of negative energy. But for that 2 hours of the night, this ritual that I would do before going to bed after everybody was asleep. And I'd do this even like the day before school. I didn't get all that much sleep at the time. I'd do this like maybe 4 or 5 times a week. I'd definitely do it on weekends, and I'd do it maybe 2-3 days during the week. Those 2 hours, man, I felt godly. When I say godly, I felt like I was with God. I felt in flow. It was like my escape. This was my escape. I was escaping reality. I was escaping the boring, mundane, harsh reality, and escaping my thoughts, and escaping my low self-esteem, and escaping all of it, escaping my parents, escaping everything. And I was just there. I was being. In fact, one of my favorite songs. You know, I'll tell you guys who I was listening to at the time, who I still listen to even now. So DJ Tiesto, he has this beautiful song, Just Be. And the lyrics go something like, 'cause now I know there's, hold on, what was it? You trying to, okay, hold on, just give me a second, guys. I'm gonna pause this. Okay, so here are the lyrics. I found them. It's the song's called Just Be by DJ Tiesto. The lyrics: you can travel the world, but you can't run away from the person you are in your heart. You can be who you want to be, make us believe in you, keep all your light in the dark. If you're searching for truth, you must look in the mirror and make sense of what you can see. Just be, just be. And the girl who sings it, beautiful, beautiful. The way she sings it too, and it's just a beautiful voice. And then it goes on. They say learning to love yourself is the first step that you take when you want to be real. Flying on planes to exotic locations won't teach you how you really feel. Face up to the fact that you are who you are, and nothing could change that belief. Just be, just be. It's a really beautiful song. And one of my favorite. I loved it because literally it describes how I felt for those 2 hours. High on weed, listening to trance, listening to this beautiful song, this beautiful... Tiesto was the guy I listened to the most. Tiesto, Armin van Buuren, but Tiesto mostly. I was obsessed with Tiesto. I still listen to all his old stuff. I don't really like his old new stuff, but I still listen to all his anything 2007 or 2010 and before that. I still listen to, because it's just masterpieces, absolutely. And this was like, you know, just for me, those 2 hours were like running away, because, you know, when you're a teenager, you have like, peer pressure kills you, right? And this self-image that you're building for yourself, and all these things, and facing your friends, and, you know, having to play this dick measuring contest with your friends and shitting on each other, and you know, having to deal with your low self-esteem and all your demons and all your trauma and your personalities being shaped, and your parents bugging you, right? Really, I just wanted to be, just be. And so then I listened to this song and similar songs, because if you listen to any of Tiesto's stuff, 2007 and before, it's very euphoric, very it's trance, right? It's called trance because it puts you in a trance state. It's very godly. The music he made at the time, godly. It really puts you in touch with God, puts you in touch with the moment, puts you in flow. So smoking weed and then listening to that music would put me in this flow state, in the present moment. It would put me in the present moment. Those were the 2 hours, that and wrestling practice, and wrestling matches, and wrestling tournaments. Those two things would put me in the present moment. That's why this is my favorite part of growing up, of being a teenager in high school, was the trance music and the weed, the combination of the weed and the trance music and wrestling practice. I'm going to make a separate video for my wrestling experience. Wrestling practice and wrestling tournaments and being in wrestling. They brought me into the present moment. The gym also. Wrestling and gym, the gym, right? So just training my body in general. Otherwise, I was never present. I was always thinking about my self-image, what people think of me, what am I gonna say to my friends? How am I gonna like show them that I'm the boss? You know, what am I gonna say to this? How am I gonna lie to my parents about this and that? It was just like, right? Personality, ego, what people think of you. Crazy shit. You know, you're a teenager, it's a very delicate age. Your personality is being shaped, your ego is being shaped, and you're having to deal with all these demons, not to mention all the trauma that you have and all the trauma that you're taking on right now, processing. Really, it's a tough time. Being a teenager is a tough thing. And then you have to recover from that, right? So right now I'm a recovering teenager, if you will. all the damage that's done to you during your teenage years. You know, that's a whole different thing. Besides your childhood, there's also the teenage trauma. And then there's the adult trauma. But I think for me, I've escaped that because I've realized I don't want to be a fucking adult. I'm not going to go through the adult shit. So luckily for me, I escaped the adult trauma. But yeah, just be. That's really what it was, man. This ritual of smoking weed, listening to trance music, DJ Tiesto. Man, his old shit is golden. Look, like, I'll leave you guys, if I remember. I never remember, right? So just remind me if I forget. Can you leave us some good tracks or something? His old tracks, oh my god. Euphoric, just put you in this beautiful present moment, euphoria, love, oneness, right? This music puts you in oneness, man. This trance music, fuck, it puts you into this oneness state. Of course, help and what's the word? Mediated by weed, mediated, right? Like, I gotta stop trying to use fancy words that I can't even fucking pronounce. But yeah, the weed, you know, sort of helps you get in touch with that present moment, with that higher vibration, that oneness vibration, that present moment, anything in the present moment, that's a higher vibration. And then the music would just come in and make you fucking run away and escape all this bullshit. All the bullshit that you have to deal with, the real life, the Matrix, the bullshit of the Matrix, right? Teenagers are not supposed to be doing what teenagers are doing right now. Teenagers are supposed to be out in the fucking wilderness, helping out the elders, learning from them, moving their bodies, right? And learning how to hunt, learning how to grow or collect food, hunt and gather, right? That's how we're supposed to live, man. The stuff teenagers have to go through right now, the synthetic, inorganic, unnatural ways of living, it's a lot of stress on teenagers. That's what a lot of depressed teenagers, a lot of anxious teenagers, a lot of shy teenagers, a lot of traumatized teenagers out there. So yeah, I think I just wanted to tell you this. I don't know why I wanted to tell you guys this for some reason. I guess because I've been listening to trance music lately more and more of the old DJ Tiesto tracks, and I've just kind of been remembering that. I've been remembering the feeling. I've been remembering, like, this was my oasis. This was my oasis from all the bullshit. So music is powerful. Weed is powerful. Music is powerful. They're very powerful things, and they can really help us connect with who we are, put us in the present, connect us more with the oneness vibration, with the love vibration, with the peace vibration, with the euphoria and joy vibration. And that's it, guys. God bless you all. Thank you for listening to my rants. I love and appreciate every single one of you. But don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes. So subscribe.